Happy 11th birthday, FNAF. Anyways, hey guys, it's WHATIF here. Weird intro, but oh well. Today's video is going to be my Five Nights at Freddy's x Fortnite collab idea for a month-long season I had. I have 4 weeks planned. And I know there was a 5th week in the Star Wars season, but I don't have one. So, yeah. But, hey, I'm here to just talk about my idea for this thing, and I want to note this is being recorded the day before the season 4, so obviously the locations would be different, and yeah, this is basically going on what if season 4 was instead Five Nights at Freddy's themed instead, so chapter 6 mini season 2 basically, so no Simpsons season, because that season kind of looks a little alright to me. So yeah, anyways, without much else rambling, let's get straight into this. And also, I want to mention, this is the first video I am editing on my PC. Yeah, I'm moving to PC editing instead of mobile editing for like the past 6 years. So yeah, anyways, let's get straight into this. Alright, so let's go over the Battle Pass first while I'm here. And I tried to cover each of the 5 games. So yeah, anyways. Page 1 would be Freddy Fazbear himself. And yeah, you get Freddy Fazbear upon purchasing the pass. And then the Torador March Jam Track, which they probably have to out-license, but hey, it'd be a cool inclusion nonetheless. Then we get Freddy's microphone. This would be a one-handed pickaxe. His emote would be Freddy Scare. It could be like a jump scare, like a boo scare, or whatever you want to do. Just a random loaded screen, and then a wrap would be checkered floor wrap, and it's reactive when firing, so like pizza, confetti shows up. And the backbling would be a Freddy plush. Also, by the way, I'm basing this off the Galactic Battle Pass layout for like the stuff that you get. So yeah, some of it's a little interesting, yeah. So, there's that. Anyways, page 2. This would be the Blacklight Freddy, and this would be based off the black version, like the black and green version of the Blacklight Freddy, because my original idea for the Super Styles this season would be based off the original Blacklight Wave kind of style with that, like, brighter Blacklight. The Freddy in this one would just be, like, a lesser version of that, I guess. So, yeah. You get that. Well, no, not yet. So first you get a blacklight microphone, color style, 100 V-Bucks, loading screen, Blacklight Freddy plushie back bling. This is funny. A horror contrail, 100 V-Bucks, and then the Blacklight Freddy style. I think these are reasonable things. Like, I'm trying not to do like FNAF 2 Freddy, for example, but yeah, this is Freddy stuff. Now onto page 3, which is Nightmare Chica. So you get the bed from FNAF 4 as a glider. I thought that was pretty funny. Like you could surf on top of it. It's 100 V-Bucks. Go Cupcake. I don't know why I said go, but it's Go Cupcake. And this would just be reactive depending on what version of Chica you use. So, if, like, say Chica comes to shop, it would just use the FNAF 1 cupcake. I don't know how it could work, but yeah, it's like each version of Chica is reactive secretly with this cupcake. So, I'm just going to say it now. The second style for this Chica is Jacko Chica. This was like one of the FNAF 4 animatronics I could include that does something like that. And yeah, so it would be Nightmare. No, it'd be, yeah, Nightmare Pumpkin. I was going to say Nightmare Cupcake, but that's already on the emote. Alright. And then we get a Cupcake Contrail. I don't know, it's just something that would work for Chica. This would be a normal cupcake, not Nightmare Cupcake, so that way you can use it on normal Chica. Cupcake Wrap, so like the frosting in the bottom part of the cupcake. Loading screen, and then you get Nightmare Chica. Page 2 would be the Pumpkin Stick Pickaxe. This is a style, because they do that. I'm just basing this off how they do realistically. Because, you know, you gotta have the styles. Like, you have to get the rest of the styles for the bonus pass. If you want the first style of this pickaxe, you gotta get the bonus stuff. And it's like, I hate when they do stuff like that in this Battle Pass system. But hey, I'm just here to talk about the stuff I want for this. So yeah, the pumpkin stick, it would just be a stick with the pumpkin, like the nightmare pumpkin on top. And then of course in the bonus page, I'll talk about it later, but you get the cupcake stick. 100 V-Bucks, pumpkin back bling style, loading screen, cupcake chomp emoticon from the nightmare cupcake. 100 V-Bucks, and then the Jacko Chica style. Funtime Foxy's next. Okay. Showtime emote, whatever you want to do. It could be his dance from Sister Location when he's on the stage. Flash Beacon. No. The Scooper. The actual Scooper. Yes, the Scooper as a glider. Flash Beacon pickaxe. So, like that. I don't know how that would look exactly. I don't know what the Flash Beacon in FNAF looks like. But it would be that thing. Loading screen, fun time, dance floor, jam track. It's no epic original track for this. It'd just be like the fun time dance floor jam track from Tryhard Ninja. And then 100 V-Bucks, and then you get Funtime Foxy himself. It's a he or she. It's either one, because yeah, he's on Lady Night. So yeah, I'm just gonna call him a he. And here's the interesting idea I had for the second style. Lolbit. My favorite FNAF character, by the way. So you get a TV back bling with his lol, and I didn't put this into my like layout of the past, but I think it'd be cool if every time you get a kill, his head pops up on the TV going lol. And then we get a Flash Beacon edit style pickaxe, 100 V-Bucks, a loading screen, Funtime Foxy's loading banner, 100 V-Bucks, and a Lolbit edit style. And this one would not have the hook. It would just be the VR version of Lolbit, just a recolor. So yeah, I just wanted to include... I didn't know who to pick for Sister Location. Because I could do Funtime Freddy and then have a Yendo edit style, but like... Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know. So anyways, on to page 7, the final page of the base pass here, because this is a shorter pass. You get the Spring Dance emote. Spirits Contrail, like the crying child in Contrail. 100 V-Bucks, the Killer's Knife, the Spring Wrap, Toy Box Glider, so that box you see in FNAF 3, and then 100 V-Bucks, and then your tier 100 S skin, Spring Trap. It's so fitting, I think, because he doesn't really have much styles you could do. So yeah. So here we go with the bonus page. You get a cupcake back bling, cupcake stick pickaxe, 8-bit purple guy load back bling, spooky strings lead guitar. I don't know how that would look. I could probably, maybe, nah, I'm not going to sketch anything up this video. I just don't feel like it. Spring trap loading screen, Funtime wrap, it'd be reactive, so it'd be like their mask where if you shoot, the front of the gun opens up and you see the endoskeleton in the wrap. And then the edit style for Springtrap would be the dark Springtrap that we see at the end of Sister Location / the bunch of merchandise that Funko has made. That's your base pass and your bonus page. Okay, so the secret skin I came up with could be Golden Freddy and BBAS off FNAF 1, but when you unlock Golden Freddy, you get the second style that's based off FNAF 2, which is his more known appearance called of Golden Freddy. I'm so sorry for this cough, and I don't want to cut it out whenever I'm trying to edit here. Yeah. So you would get a present box glider, Golden Freddy head emoticon, like the head that you see at the end. Yeah, it'd be the FNAF 2 version of the head that you see at the end of the hallway. A loading screen, the golden mic, just Freddy's pickaxe, just recolored to gold. Golden Freddy banner, 8-bit spirit back bling. And then we get Golden Freddy with both FNAF 1 and 2 styles. I know it's really weird to do that, but like, you'll see why I didn't put the FNAF 2 style with the next one. So on the next page, I have the Golden Wrap. Deep golden, which would be a base. A loading screen. Fredbear plush back bling. Fredbear spray. A plushie contrail. No, I didn't include a contrail. I was like debating if I did already. And then a Fredbear's edit style for the final style. I think that's fitting because he's technically the same character. if you know in FNAF Ultimate Custom Night, you yeah, if you use Death Coin, yeah, you get jump scared by. Well, if you set Golden Freddy, I think the one, you get jump scared by Fredbear. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, there's not much else yet right now I can talk about. So let's get straight into the Festival Pass concept. Alright, so one of my friends gave me the idea to make the Festival Pass based off the Glamrock animatronics. And that's what I'm going to do. So, upon getting the pass, the first one would be Glamrock Freddy. So, of course, you would unlock Glamrock Freddy. Now, I don't have this laid out exactly like the Bruno Mars Festival Pass, since there's 4 characters you get throughout the pass. So, it's kind of like the Metallica one, but with the newer layout. Okay, so yeah. Like I said, when you get the pass, you unlock Glamrock Freddy. And with this, there are no edit styles. So you get some kind of aura. And it's basically this is the same layout throughout the pass. So this part's going to be kind of short. But you get some kind of aura. You get a Glamrock Freddy back bling, which would probably be his plushie. The Living Tombstone, Five Nights at Freddy's 1 jam track. Freddy's mic. So this would be a mic stand one. Like, not like the one that we get in the Battle Pass, but the stand style mic. And yeah, you could use that as a pickaxe. And then an emote, I guess, for fun time at Glamrock Freddy. For Glamrock Chica on page 2, you get her guitar. You get some kind of aura. I guess a Chica plush back bling. Glamrock Chica plush back bling. An emote. And then Try Hard Ninja's It's Me jam track. And then you unlock Glamrock Chica. For Montgomery Gator's page, you get his guitar, his Glamrock Montgomery Gator back bling, emote, probably him being angry, an aura, and then CG5, I Got No Time, and then Montgomery Gator himself. For Roxanne, you get Roxy's guitar, an emote, an aura, Roxanne Wolf plushie back bling, JT's music, Join Us for a Bite, and Roxanne Wolf as the skin. I know I put a lot of licensed music in this, but at the end of the day, this isn't probably going to exist like this. If so, I know it's not going to be it, so I just thought I'd throw in licensed jam tracks as like an option, you know? Anyway, that's the Festival Pass. Let's get into how I would structure this whole FNAF thingy. Alright, so starting off, before we start with the weeks of how I have them laid out. So, I have my locations picked, and there's 3. So, FNAF 1 Pizzeria would replace Kappa Kappa Factory. And then the Afton House would replace Supernova Academy. Especially now, with it all being growing and decay, that would be perfect. And then Fall Fest, I couldn't think of something. I wanted to add at least a 3rd location, and I didn't want to add another pizzeria. So I added Fall Fest from FNAF 2's movie trailer, and I would replace Demon's Domain. I know it's a really weird spot to put that, but I think it'd be nice to have it close to the pizzeria. So anyways, yeah, those are the locations picked. Now let's get straight into the week. So week 1 is called the Classic Week, and that's based off FNAF 1 and 2. Hold on, let me see where I'm at in my list of stuff. So, I say we would get a normal rifle, a normal pistol, a normal shotgun, and then some kind of scoped weapon. And yeah, I couldn't think of much to include for normalcy stuff. So, we're getting normal age, just some normal weapons. Because, hey, what? You want me to make a shotgun and call it Freddy's shotgun? Go ahead. But it's not like Star Wars where we can have like weapons like that. But we'd also get the flashlight into BR. I don't know if that's been unbolted. I don't know if that's been in BR before, but yeah, there's that. So anyways, your items for week 1 that we would get is Balloon Boy's balloons, since it's FNAF 1 and 2 right now. And I feel that would work like the balloon item that we have in game already, but instead of releasing 1 balloon at a time, you would release 3 balloons at once. I don't know, I just thought of something for Balloon Boy, because I thought, you know, they have balloons in Fortnite. Why not? Freddy's mic would act similar to the bass boosted mechanic. But of course, it would be lighter and you would do less damage. Chica's Cupcake, a throwable item that does up to 30 damage depending on where you hit. Body shots are 20 damage, and headshots are, of course, 30 damage. Like I said, it goes up to 30 damage. Bonnie's Guitar. This one, I love this idea, okay? I love the Metallica Ride the Lightning guitar. Of course, it's from one of my favorite seasons. I still need to make a video talking about that. But I think it would work like the Metallica guitar. You ride through some riffs that Bonnie has, and you land on someone. But of course, it's not lightning. It's just some riff stuff that Bonnie has. All right, week 2. Frightful Nights, FNAF 3 and 4. So Springtrap's knife would be an item. And then we get a trap item, Springtrap. It should be called Springtrap, but I don't know. It's just like a sewer or something falls on you. I just love the name idea, so that's why I wanted to make it a trap. Nightmare Cupcake is basically a more powerful version of Chica's Cupcake, but it's just harder to find, and it's more powerful. Literally, I think, we could have it do like 30 damage on the body and 40 damage as a headshot? And then Freddo's just a poison item that latches onto someone. You get 3 uses and then it goes away. Week 3 would be the sister location week. And in the Afton household, I didn't mention this, but during the sister location week, would have like this little basement area if you do some kind of puzzle or something, open up, and there'd be a basement underneath that you can go into to get to other stuff. But our items, Baby's Claw, and this would act like the Chains of Hades / the Scorpion combat kit. And yeah, it just damages you, but it draws people in. So like I was saying before, I had to get more footage for the background, is that Baby's Claw will draw you in, and it just damages you when you draw in. It's literally just like I said, the Chains of Hades stuff. Alright, so we got Bon Bon and Bonnet. And these would be like items that would just do a small poison effect, like 10 seconds of poison. And it'd be like the Boom Billy. It follows you around and latches onto a person. Isn't much? No, but it's something I thought could work. Especially if we get Funtime Freddy in this game. And then our final weapon is just... I don't know how the hell this would work. Giant Scooper. A literal giant scooper. I don't know. I just wanted to include that for sister location. And then our final week would include Egg Baby Launcher, just your egg launcher, just recolored in Egg Baby's colors. Lemonade and Fruit Punch for the Fruit Punch clown. And then a pickle healable item. But the Fruit Punch and Lemonade would heal you, and so would the pickle. I don't know. Okay, I literally don't know what to do for Pizza Sim that we already have in the game. So, there's that. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything else. Literally. I know it's kind of strange additions, but what else do you want me to do? I mean, we got the jar of pickles. I mean, I guess. I don't know, actually. Anyways, the final event would end with both the FNAF 4 house / sister location bunker being burned, along with the FNAF 1 pizzeria being burned. So anyways, that's the video. I hope you guys like this video. This is my first time editing on PC, so it might be a little choppy here and there. But anyways, there's not much else to say. Like and subscribe. Use code WHATIF like these amazing people on the screen that you are seeing. And I will see you guys in the next video.